You know, I've met this gal a couple of times, and I'm a big fan. I got a huge crush on her. She's amazing. Kathunter, she's a professional gamer turned general manager of San Francisco Team Optics. She's in LA. She's been gracious enough to come out on the studio. Let's give a big hand and welcome out Kathunter to the studio. Milk the applause for all you can.
The applause stopped. I hate to let you know.
The music was keep going. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me here.
I'm so jazzed. I may stare, I may stutter, I may just, you know.
He's totally actually just joking because I get to see him all the time. So he's been to several of our games. He's become an old friend by now.
I do feel like an old friend, and it's so good. Well, thanks for coming out. I hope your time in LA has been somewhat fun and enjoyable.
It's been both. It's been fun, enjoyable, tiring, devastating, wonderful, all compiled into 2.5 months of madness.
Cool. Well, welcome to the show. I hope, you know, Hogan, we've sort of touching base with him, and I'm like, we got to get rid of this guy. We got to bring the gal on.
No, Hogan's the best. In fact, one of my biggest regrets that I have is that I didn't win the auction for his rat tail. I was really hoping to get it back in the day.
How much did you bid?
I don't even remember now. We were pulling together a charity bid, so
really?
Yeah.
There seems to be, when it comes to the CGS and Team Optics, there seems to be hair is always kind of a thing. We had like hair contests with like Yaz and Sturmy and you know and everything. So
yeah.
Hair, I gotta work on the Haley. What do you think? What should I do with my hair? I don't know what to do now that the blonde is creeping away. What's the next step here? For
mohawk
hair.
Yeah, mohawk.
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 Or like a fro.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Gaming fro.
Mohawk. All right, I got some questions. Now, we want to remind everybody that it's a live show. Kat is here. I'm going to talk about some subjects, but we want to hear from you to her. So she's nothing is untouchable, from what I understand, right?
No, everything's fine.
All right.
I just won't answer everything, potentially.
Yeah, you just say go to the forum for that. That's what I tell the PR people.
I'll answer everything.
So the first thing is I brought a video clip. Now, the reason why you're in town is you just wrapped up the CGS. Congratulations, you made it to the World Finals.
Yeah.
We sat there cheering for you the entire time. It was so nail-biting and anxious and exciting.
Was.
And don't get me wrong, coming in, you know, I don't know if I can't say second place. You guys are like the runner-up to the world champ. What's a good way of saying this?
There's two ways I like to say it. You know, we came in second in the world, or better put, is we were the last team standing in North America. So we brought it home for Region 1 or North America. We were the last team standing.
Right. You guys represented the USA.
Absolutely.
All right. Now now Brian, if we can run, this is my Kathunter highlight clip.
I have to see this.
From the CGS. Let's take this is just random footage I put together. So here you are in action.
Okay.
And we can sort of talk over it a bit. Here we
go.
Roll it. All right. So here's a little of the stage, the form. All right. What do you call this? This is like the.
That's my mean look. No, so this is Sturmy Alessandro Avallone, who's been on the show already. He's playing FIFA, and I'm standing over and watching the game. That's behind me, watching the game. I don't remember which game exactly this was. Is this the World Finals?
This is when you're going over between the
Oh, okay. So this is that's the Dead or Alive. That's our player Ninja CW right there. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Chris really kicked butt.
He did.
That's my favorite one, when you do the double look back and forth.
Yeah.
Very concerned.
Well, when you have racing or with Counter-Strike, you have a lot of different screens that you have to look at once. It's a very complicated job. And that was when we scored around. Go Optics! So we're the green, and the red team was the Salvo, and they're red and.
Yeah, no, we don't show much of Salvo. Tonight it's all green. You know, do I wear any green? I should wear my
underwear, green underwear.
My green underwear. We have some green A clamps around. I see on the studio here.
Yeah.
But so that was great. So you look great. You were out there. What do you say? What do you say to professional gamers as the GM? What's like your job?
Well, I mean, the job of a general manager is pretty diverse depending on what time of year. You know, when we're actually in competition season and we're down here in LA, all of the professional gamers are living in one apartment building together with the general managers. So depending on the time of year, we have upwards of 12 teams, which is, 10 people per team plus a general manager. So you roughly have 150 professional gamers all living, in beautiful Venice Beach together. And so, as you can imagine, one of the biggest responsibilities are making sure that everyone goes to sleep and wakes up and, practices and does what it is that they're supposed to do. And I think as a general rule, they practice, around 5 hours a day to not burn out. So the biggest thing that I do, during this part of the season is regulating their training regimen and making sure that they're on track with where they need to be and that they're not fighting with each other and they're motivated and accomplishing their goals.
Does anybody have the penalty box?
We have a fine system.
The fine system?
Yeah.
Did anybody have to get fined that I know of that I can tease about?
Well, we have a staffer, Carlos Mercado. I give him a big shout out. But
Carlos,
he's great. He was wonderful. He actually lived with me for the whole 2 months. And if someone was 1 minute late to a pickup, and we went by my clock, not by their clock, because their clock, I don't care what time their clock is. But that was $25 to Carlos, and that was his food money. And that was how he ate this summer.
I want Carlos's job next year.
He made some money some weeks, I gotta say.
All right, let me touch base with the kids at home. Now that you're out here, you're settled in.
Yeah.
Let's go over to Haley and see what's going on, what's cracking, what do people want to know?
they want to know a lot, so I'm just going to start at the beginning and we'll just keep going.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to start out. The DCD, Robert Workman from AOL Game Daily,
Hey, I know him.
wants to say hey and asks if you miss being a frag doll.
I do in some ways and I don't in other ways. First of all, Robert DCD and I worked together for many, many years ago. My first journalism job was with him. So shout out to DCD.
Oh, we love the DCD.
We love the DCD.
Who are the frag dolls?
So the Frag Dolls are
Yeah, what is this Frag Dolls I hear about?
They are an all-girl gaming team that is put together by Ubisoft to market and promote their games. And so we are an exhibition gaming team, and it was 7 girls whenever we started. I was one of the inaugural Frag Dolls. And we would travel around to different tournaments and to different events and do like Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, all this type of tournaments, the Ubisoft first-person shooter games.
All right.
So what I miss is like the camaraderie of playing with girls all the time and having women around me all the time, and it was a great. It's very rare whenever you're a professional gamer to be able to be around other kick-ass girls all the time that are playing with you.